Good morning, traders, and this is your DAX day trade setup today. So before we get on with the charts, just a quick look at the small accounts, and we had a good day yesterday, which is basically 9.91% return. Okay, so almost 10%, not a bad day. We've done 13% for the week already, which is pretty good. Okay, so yesterday on the daily we spoke about this inside bar, which I wasn't quite comfortable with, and lo and behold, we've got a close below it. So the DAX is really becoming, as I say, unpredictable, but you got to be unemotional and get rid of your preconceived ideas, because when structure breaks, and it doesn't matter which time frame it is, and I'll show you what I mean on the low time frames. So I did get some of the short, not much of it, because I had two other trades in. I had one trade on the Aussie, which was doing pretty well, so I wasn't paying attention to this chart. If we start coming down to lower time frames here, and I can fine tune that to there, we do have this gap. Okay, let's just put it in pretty much down there. And also this is a double top if it plays out. Okay, this could really just be a range right now. So I suspect to break through this zone that we're in at the moment, so to break through 13.263 to the downside is going to be a tough ask. Just look to the left and you can see what I mean. There's a lot of, it's been used as resistance for quite some time. We've broken through it, we tested it there, we've tested it there. I wouldn't be too surprised to see it be tested again. Okay, second thing is at the moment, we'd have to look at it on the Bollinger, and I'll go into Bollinger just now. But this could be a potential Bollinger double bottom. Not something that I really pay attention to on the DAX because it often fails. So for me, I'd rather stick to diagonal trend lines with the DAX. It's a much better way of seeing what's going on. And at this stage, I don't really have, apart from that, so from fractal to fractal. Yeah, that's kind of the only thing that we do, and it looks like a flat bottom triangle as well. Below the alligator, trend is currently down, and we've had, you can argue that this pullback here in the middle of the day was the retest of the alligator break. If we look at the half hour, you'll see it a bit clearer. So we had this massive move down, pin bars, area for a long, testing alligator, short again, down. Okay, so this is the structure that's in at the moment, and what I want to do is just quickly run through yesterday. Yesterday I said to you, and we were on the 12 minute when we looked at that we had two choices here. We had a break of that fractal, and we had a break of this fractal here. Okay, so whichever one it was, we get a break of this one, you got to stop up there, and you can see it's exactly what played out here. So we broke below, came back, tested the break with two pin bars, and then accelerated and accelerated. Okay, quite a bit more. I think I just got this first bar, I got out with this chaos here. I took my profit here, so we were kind of in over there and somewhere around here. So I only made 30 points on it, but I was expecting a pullback all the way back up to the top again, which never materialized. But anyway, this is just to show you that the structure, especially on the DAX, when structure breaks, take the trade. Okay, and you can see here was an entry, Wiseman number 1. So I use this level here. So above a break above that pin bar was an entry, and a stop below the pin bar. It's a little bit wider. So that is still an entry. Okay. You could argue that the structure here would have got you out, which is also possible. There are people that are holding this at the moment that are expecting this to bounce. Okay, so let's just quickly get to the Ichimoku before we start making calls that we can't live up to. Okay, so the 12 minutes is bearish, bearish, bearish. So we're below the cloud. Cloud is red. We had a twist, and Trigger's band is below price. So that's all bearish. We are coming into oversold territory. So again, that's your fractal to the upside, and that's your fractal to the downside. Okay, again, you have a little bit of a range at the close, and this one is really good. This is like 10 points. So a break to the upside, you're long. Break the downside, you're short. And because of the size of my account, I can risk 2%. So my risk on for today is exactly 229 Rand and 20 cents. So that's what I'm prepared to risk. So take that amount, buy your stop loss, divide your stop loss into that, and that'll give you the number of contracts you can put on. Okay, so if we just come to the 30 minutes, you can see here's some proper structure. We had a crossover here, okay, through the cloud. You can see buyer stepping in, back to test Kijinson, and then another move down. So the half hour trend is down, so you would anticipate a break to the downside here. Okay, on the hour, bearish, bearish, bullish. Okay, lots of support here, and also oscillators indicating a buy. So half hour is saying continuation to the downside, hour is saying this is enough, this could be a triple bottom, and we're going to be turning here. 4 hour is pretty much bullish at the moment, so it's bullish, 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 and we are kind of at a level. There is a gap below, which I do anticipate us coming to test as well. So if we squirt down, this is the area that I do expect some buyers coming in. Okay, and if we look at the daily, bullish, bullish, bullish. Okay, but it is messy. And the last thing you want to see on the daily here is a fractal break. Yeah. Or fractal support, which will be all the way down by this other gap here. Okay, so what does that mean to us? So quite simply, let me just go to the Bollinger quickly. We'll finish off on the Bollinger. And okay, I don't have fractals on this, but we know the fractals are there. And we know the other fractal is there. Okay, so whichever way we break is the direction we're going. And I suspect what's going to happen is we're going to break the downside. We're going to find some structure, which will more than likely be, let's see how close we are to that gap there. That gap is closed. So it's not closed on the higher time frames. So I don't see anything else. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. So if you look at the hour, we closed on structure or on a level outside of the Bollinger Bands, and now we've closed inside the Bollinger Bands with this pattern here. Okay, then we've meandered down. So I'm looking for another bullish pattern. So that's the first one, that's the second one. So that's an inside bar, that's a tweezer bottom. You can call it tweezer bottom, you can call it inside bar as well. You can call it 2-pin bars. But that is a bullish reversal pattern. This is a bullish reversal pattern. Okay, and these are my two. So because we've sort of meandered down, I'm looking for the third one. And this is a potential W bottom. There's my top. So I need a break above 13,350 to validate this pattern. And then you'll be traveling for the height of the pattern. So like that. Okay, back to the top there. And remember what I said in the beginning, this could turn out to be a range, not a double bottom. So that's kind of the structure I see at the moment, and that's the way I'm going to be trading this. Is really off the 12 minutes and watching what happens with these fractals. Okay, So a break above this fractal here, 13297, is going to give me the long, and that's what I'm going to wait for. And then the next structure I'm going to be waiting to break will be this level here, 13351. If that breaks, then my target is all the way back to the top here, top of range. Okay. If we do break below this area here, then what I'm looking for is to see what's going to happen at the bottom of the range, and you'll see that on the 4-hour. So this here will be bottom of range, which is 13262. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for at the moment, and I'm really anticipating this becoming a range, to be honest. It's been a nice, although messy, it's been a strong move up. The news is all positive at the moment, so I do suspect this turns into a range of sorts. If it does turn into a double bottom, double top, then then we trade that to the downside, but we're going to need confirmation, and at this stage there's no confirmation for me. Okay, so that's kind of my view today. Again, watching these fractals, and this fractal break it will be a valid signal because it will be above the teeth, although I'd prefer it a bit more, but that's irrelevant at the moment. I think that's, if we do get a break above it, take it's 10 points stop loss. It's well worth the risk, anticipating that this does turn out to be a double bottom or W bottom. Okay, anyway guys, I hope that helps, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.